Good afternoon. Well, it could be morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. But, oh God, why am I doing this? Welcome back, everybody. My name is Marilyn Rosano from Rosano's Casa, and we are back, and I'm making a recipe for my cookbook that I left over here. Hold on, I'm still with you. All right. I brought it over. Now, aren't I just a great author, leaving my book behind? Anyway, today I'm making a recipe from my cookbook / ebook, which is available on my website, One Bowl Dinners. It's been a red hot second since I've made something on here, from here, and I feel like I should do like all the recipes for YouTube, which I'm going to work on. We're going to work on it. So today I'm making recipe number 13 from Le Cookbook, chicken teriyaki noodle bowl, but I'm not going to do noodles. I'm just going to do the chicken teriyaki as the stir fry. So basically exactly the same recipe, leaving the rice noodles out. I will definitely prompt you along the way when to kind of add noodles and do like where to insert it during this video, but I don't feel like noodles, which is not like me. I'm a noodle girl over rice any day of the week. I don't know about you guys. Please let me know. Are you a noodle versus rice person? I just don't know why I don't feel like it. Okay, you know why? I had a really bad pho, like a Vietnamese rice noodle soup over the weekend. I'm just turned off. I'm like, I need a break from noodles. So I'm going to make this chicken teriyaki stir fry. I'm not going to show you how to make the rice because I feel like you guys have down pat that, although I feel like some people don't know how to make rice. Anyway, that's another story. I'm going to flip the camera around. We're going to run through the ingredients. This is very quick and easy. I don't need to let you guys know. I feel like you know me by now, and I pre-chop everything. When we're doing stir fry, especially like on a hot wok pan, high heat, you want everything pre-chopped right there next to you, ready to go, so that you don't run the risk of overcooking the protein, overcooking the vegetables because you're too busy chopping other vegetables and rinsing. And it's a nightmare and it's stressful. I feel like I pre-do everything before I cook. It's how I was raised. It's how I roll. I've always worked out of a small kitchen, so I don't need mess and pots and pans everywhere. I hate that. It stresses me out when I see people who are a messy cook. You do you. If you're happy like that, go for gold. I just feel like this makes it more pleasant and nice because you will always forget something along the way, whether it's an ingredient or not. So components of this recipe, I'm using chicken, thigh. You can use breast. I like thigh more. It's more juicy. There is some green veggie elements in here and a sauce that we will put together. Can you buy a jar sauce? Yes. Do I? No. I'm not even going to be... I feel like you've come here and you're just like, I wanted to make me feel better about it. I don't know. I just make my own sauce. It's not hard. It's pretty quick. There's elements in here that I have done, like minced my garlic ahead. It just minimizes time so that I can make my own sauce. It's very quick and easy. So anyway, flip the camera around, run through the ingredients, even though I just basically did. And you know the drill, electric fry pan outside for me because I don't want the smell on the stovetop and in the studio. All right, let's get to it. We have my beautiful cookbook, which is also available as an ebook. So I'm cooking recipe number 13, as we said. So in the cookbook, I've always given you ingredients, a little blurb, the method. And so some dishes have a stove versus slow cooker method. Obviously this doesn't. Tips and substitutions at the bottom, just to give you some ideas or guidance in terms of what to sub out. And each recipe, as you probably know by now, but I'll say it again in case you haven't watched any of my videos, with this cookbook, each recipe in the cookbook has its own individual shopping list, which I have separated into fruit and veg, meat, pantry, condiments, like all that, so that if you wanted to make a particular recipe, you can check this shopping list to make this recipe, and then check your pantry, check your freezer, fridge, what you have, what you don't. If you do want to make it and you don't have particular things, you know how much to buy for that particular ingredient. So without further ado, let's run through the ingredients. I'm using chicken thigh. You can use breast, you can use tenderloin. It is entirely up to you. I like thigh, and I've chopped them into 3 by 3 centimeters. You want to kind of make sure that whatever size that you cut them, that they're pretty much equal. Otherwise, it's going to alter the cooking time, because that's going to go in first, and that's going to be with salt and pepper. Now, I know you guys are probably like, but I thought you liked to marinate yourself. I am. There's marinate that's going to happen here. It's not like I'm going to eat chicken plain with salt and pepper. We don't do that. Like I said, there would be rice noodles here, a packet. You could use fresh rice noodles, or you could use dry rice noodles. I'm going to make this as a stir fry with rice, so there's no rice noodles. But if I was, two things. When I soak my kind of pad thai rice thick stick noodles, I soak them in like cold, not freezing cold, but like room temperature water. I just feel like when I soak them for a longer period of time, that then when I drain them, and mind you, when you soak them, you want them to be pretty much, they're ready when they're pretty much ready, like to eat soft, because they're just going to be kind of tossed through. I find that when I boil the rice noodles and drain them, that they just end up breaking in the stir fry. But you do whatever's comfortable with you. I've kind of explained it in the tips and subs section of the recipe. So we've got greens. So we've got the chicken. I'll go through the sauce in a minute. We have the bulk of the stir fry. So broccoli, this is from my parents' garden. How beautiful is it? So I've just cut them into florets. I'm adding cabbage because, again, this is from my parents' garden, and I'm not wasting anything that comes from a garden. I didn't write that in the recipe, but again, it's a stir fry. Take out, add whatever you have, and please, green beans. I've just cut the ends off and diced them in half. And choy sum. I love choy sum. I prefer choy sum over bok choy, but you could use bok choy. You could use Chinese broccoli. I also love Chinese broccoli, but they were sold out at the grocer near me. So choy sum it is. This is the bulk of it. Now, other things that you can or cannot include, or you can. Tofu, mushrooms, julienne carrots, baby corn, capsicum, snow peas, like onion, like whatever. Okay, just a friendly guidance over here. Then we've got the sauce. Okay. I find this pretty easy. So this is not green olives. I've just made a jar of my homemade minced garlic. You can find the recipe for this on my website. It just saves me. I cook every day, and I use a lot of garlic, and I cannot be bothered to crush, peel, mince, dice garlic every single day. So I make a jar. This lasts me a couple of weeks. Bob's your uncle. Love it. Time saver. You could also do the same thing with ginger, which I have not. I've just grated fresh ginger. This is all going to be mixed in this bowl. Corn flour, that's a thickening agent. Brown sugar, give that beautiful sweet caramelization to it. I am going to add a little bit of honey as well. Soy sauce, not light, the full-blown soy sauce for the salt factor, and some mirin, okay? Mirin's commonly used. The soy and salt, pepper, and that's it. It's going to come together very quickly. All right, let's go to the stovetop, the pan, and cook it up. Before we go outside, let's make our dressing, okay? Our sauce, our teriyaki sauce. So in a bowl, I've added my corn flour. We're going to go in with the soy sauce. Now, there is a bit of soy sauce. You can use light if you're watching your sodium intake, but there's literally no other kind of salt in this recipe apart from the sauce. So we're going in with half a cup, and of course I'm dripping everywhere. Let's just do that. Let's go in with our ginger. I'm going to go in with garlic. So I've added about a tablespoon or so of ginger. Garlic. Now, if you have not made my homemade minced garlic, I've said it a million times, and I'll keep saying it until you guys all make it and come back and say, oh my gosh, game changer. Also, I have the best Australian garlic dealer. It's fresh, beautiful garlic. Just going to move these ingredients as we're going along. I'm going to go in with our brown sugar. This is going to give a beautiful caramelization. How much have we got here? 4 tablespoons. And I know many of you are going to be like, isn't this your recipe? Seriously. Yeah, but I don't memorize everything. Guys, I create recipes nearly every day. So we forget. And I don't think I made the best bowl choice. What is with people like me using the wrong bowls? It's going with a little bit of white pepper. I love white pepper with Asian kind of marinades. It's going with the mirin. Where did I put my sesame oil? Oh, God, tell me I didn't take it out. Anyway, we will get it, and I've lost my tablespoon. Can you tell? It's right in the brown sugar. Oh. Okay, I'm back. I have my spoons. All right, we're going to go in with mirin. 2 of those. And sesame oil. Love sesame oil. I usually don't even measure the amount of sesame oil. But I add in there. And we'll go in with some honey. And that, I mean, look, there is brown sugar in there, so you can leave it out, but I think that they work together because I feel like honey gives it more, it's like a glue. It's sort of like a glue. This is beautiful Australian honey. So let's go with that. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a whisk together, swirl, whatever you like to call it. And that is it. Now, if you love sauce, like you are like, I love my noodles, my stir fry swimming. I like it to be free willy swimming in the ocean. Double this or 1.5 it. I'd probably start off with 1.5, see how you go. I mean, I always say when you start like making a recipe, follow it. And then the next time you go to make it, you kind of know how to change it and how you like it. But I would maybe 1.5 times it if you know you're a real sauce. I feel like this is enough. But again, I know some people love to swim in their marinade. So if you do, just 1.5 times it and see how you go. And that's about it. So I'm just going to stand here whisking a little bit longer. Let's go outside. Oh my God, why do I feel like every week is more and more disheveled on the show? We're keeping it real here, okay? I'm going to try and do this quick because there's obviously some guy working. You all know, which I still haven't, still dangling, my own spray bottle with oil. I'm just putting about a tablespoon. I'm just spraying the pan with oil. Neutral oil, I like rice bran. That's my personal preference, people. Then we're going to go in with our chicken. So plain chicken, let's add it in. Okay, this is all on medium-high. And I'm going to season this with just salt and pepper, much to your shock. We're going to cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes each kind of side. We want to make it golden. Okay, we want to make sure that it's got a nice colour to it. Okay, salt. And not too much salt because don't forget we're adding that marinade and it's got enough, enough, our pepper's flying. It's got enough salt in the sauce as it is. So 3 to 5 minutes, I'll turn it, I'll toss it, and then we'll add in our veggies. All right, let's give this a little bit of a toss. Okay, it's still, yeah, we've got some golden bits happening. I might leave it for a little bit. My rule of thumb, don't fiddle with it too much. We want to make sure that it gets golden, and it's not going to happen if we keep tossing. We want to crisp this up a little bit, get that colour, and then the stir fry and the sauce we can toss as much as we like. All right, let's go in with the broccoli. I'm going to do the choice on stems and the green beans. We'll go in with these first, and then I will add in the choice on leaves and the cabbage because they obviously won't take as much. So pretty much put in the kind of like harder vegetables first. So if you have carrots, put them in now. I put the capsicum last. So give this a toss for a couple of minutes, just for it to soften up a little bit. Then we'll add in the cabbage and the choy sum. Jesus Christ, so noisy here. Let's go in with our choy sum leaves, cabbage, and we'll cook that for another few minutes. We want that to soften down a little bit because all that's left now is the sauce and noodles. So basically cook it until you like the texture and how you like your vegetables. If you like a little bit more bite, I would cook them until you're happy with the consistency of the vegetables before we add in the sauce and the noodles. I'm so sorry, I'm like knocking everything. There's airplanes, there's a guy using a chainsaw. Yeah, anyway, just roll with it. Let's lower the heat down a little bit and give your marinade another little whisk and pour it right in. So the heat from the pan alone will thicken the sauce up. So I'm literally going to just leave it on the heat on for about a minute or so, right, till I toss this through, and then you can turn the heat off. Now, if you're adding noodles at this point, So let's say you're making this as the recipe, you would add the noodles at this point as well and stir it all in. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could smell it. But for me, I'm not going to be adding noodles, as you know, so I'm just going to leave it as such. The sauce will thicken up, as you can see, and caramelize. And that is it. It's just come together. I'll cook this through for a minute, making sure that all of the chicken, veggies is evenly coated. Turn the heat down a little bit. And that is it. So if you are using fresh noodles, you can rinse them off, toss them through here. If you're using dry noodles and you've soaked them in tap water for a while, make sure that the noodles are like, they're kind of cooked through, right? Because essentially it's not really going to be cooking much longer in the pan. It's just going to be tossed through as such. If you're boiling them, just literally, I would be boiling them as soon as you put the greens in and you're frying them up. You would boil the rice noodles so that they're finished at the same time as you're ready to put them in the sauce. Because I think the packet only says about 7 minutes boiling. If you overboil or let the noodles sit for too long, they will literally collapse and you'll have breakage. So that's it. Can you see how the sauce has thickened up? Look at that, beautiful, and that's from the corn flour. And that's it, guys. I'm going to literally plate this up, make some rice, because I didn't make it yet, and serve it up with some spring onions on top. You could totally just mix them through right now, which I probably would as a family, because who cares about garnishing for our own family? And toasted sesame seeds, because everything tastes better with toasted sesame seeds, which I found at the Korean grocer already pre-toasted, so it saves me having to do it myself. Anyway, that's it. Flip the camera around and enjoy it together. And you're wondering, where did the rest of my video go? Well, it got deleted and I can't find it. And it's a day after I filmed, but anyway, here we are. I just wanted to say, hope you loved the episode. I'm sorry that you weren't entertained with me scoffing my face towards the end like I usually do. Technical issues, that's what happens with the one-man band. However, if you love that recipe, please like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. I hope you love the episode. Stir fries come together so quick. If you made the noodles, if you make any of my recipes, please let me know. I appreciate it so much. You can grab a copy of the cookbook. Can I reach it? Over on my website, there is an ebook version as well. You can grab a copy, and I always love to hear how you guys go and what you think of the episodes. Until next week, and hopefully I master this home recording thing. Very sorry. But anyway, over and out. Till next time. Bye.